So a 0-0 draw at home to Cheddar. Firstly, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, good game for us, really. Looked solid. Kept a clean sheet, which is always a plus. I think we were good in large periods of the game. I think it was. I wouldn't say it was a 0-0 game, but it was a tight game. We were saying on the sideline that we thought one game, one goal was going to win it. So we're a little bit frustrated we didn't get it, but at the same time, we're happy we didn't concede it as well. So overall, I think the shape looked good. We were a bit more defensive in term. We sat back a little bit because we know what they're like, and then tried to play on the break, and I think it worked. So overall, especially with the run we've been on, and Cheddar are a good team. They dropped a few points here and there, but they're my tip. I think they'll finish top four. They're a strong, experienced side. So we went there and beat them 3-2. So to get 4 points from Cheddar in a season is pretty good. So yeah, we're sort of pleased, but we felt like it might have been a missed opportunity to win the game, really.
Do you think it feels more like a loss given how well we performed today against a team that, as you said, you think will finish in the top four? Do you think maybe we should have made the most of the game?
Yeah, I think especially first half. I was saying at half time that they didn't really have a lot to going forward, so we were happy with that, and then we were getting into really good areas and maybe not working their keeper a lot as much as we could have, but we were in their final third a lot, so we were saying that if we play that second half, we were expecting Cheddar to come out and play a bit better, and they did. I don't know, it's one of those games where I think especially I think over a long maybe an hour I'd say we'd be aggrieved not to win it, but then for the last 30 I think they pushed on a little bit, had a bit more experience, and it was good to see us defend well in those areas, so I'll take it as a plus rather than a negative, and it's a good point.
And given how the running theme this season seems to be low confidence, keeping a clean sheet and having such a great defensive game against two of the best strikers in the league, is that going to be a confidence booster going into the next game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got really good defenders at this club. The back four today was really, really good, and then you've got Ali, Shippo and Hillsey all on the bench as well, and for some reason it hasn't quite worked, so if we can start playing together as a team a bit more and being solid to beat, then obviously that's what we're looking for. But I think it's not just from the defence. I think keeper was brilliant again today. Dave was fantastic, made some great saves, and the whole team had to defend well. In some games you can have different units of players playing in different parts of the pitch, but today we all sat back, we all had to then go forward together, and it worked as a unit, and the team was really young today. Dave's 32 I think he said, and then you've got Zach who's 27 or 8 or something like that, but everyone else is like in their low 20s or teens. So Cheddar didn't have any young players. They were a very experienced Western East side, and we went toe to toe with them, and it's only good for our youngsters to play against a team like this and be on top in certain part of the game and end up getting a point with it.
And is it a credit to Cheddar that we weren't able to get the winner, or were we just not really doing much up front today?
Bit of both, if I'm honest. I think we tried, and it is more difficult to get attacks when you're playing the way we did, but we knew we had to make it tight and then play on the break. If you open up the game, Cheddar have got some very good ball players in the middle, and they've got two good strikers. If you give them space, it could be anything. So while it would have given us a better chance of scoring, I think we would have conceded as well. And the game at their place was 3-2 the last two seasons, so they won one and we won one, so we didn't really want to make it like that. We felt like we could get them on the break. I think our final ball wasn't great at times. I think it could be we're trying to do everything so quickly and rushing things and under hitting it or over hitting it, so I do think we could take care with the final pass at times, but they're young lads, they're trying to do their best, and it's tough. You're up against four very solid Cheddar defenders, so I think we could have done a bit more, but I think the lads gave their all, so I can't ask much more, to be honest.
And the players that have come into the side this season that are doing really well, how much of it is related to how well the reserves and the under-18s are doing this season?
Well, yeah, obviously it all coincides with each other. I mean, Corey again today, I mean, he's cementing that place at right back to himself at the moment. He was quality last week, quality again today, and last week he was up against a young winger who, and Bishop Sutton aren't, they're a bit lower in the table, so maybe you should have expected to do that, but I still think he shined. And then today I told him that he's up against a better winger, a better team, and he shined again. So that's all come through the under-18s, so it just proves that having an under-18s is really useful, and then they're going through the reserves. He's got good game time there, and there's other lads who've played the reserves who are coming through, so yeah, they're both needed, and it's at the moment with some of the lads who have got game time in the reserves earlier in the season, now they're in our team, and it's all beneficial to the first team in the long run.
And on Wednesday, we're at home again to Downton in the Wiltshire Senior Cup. How much pressure is there on you and the guys to go out there and try and get a win? Because at the moment this season, there hasn't been too many positives. How important is the Wiltshire Senior Cup?
I wouldn't say there's loads of pressure. It's just the pressure we put on ourselves like we do every week. There's no more pressure coming from anywhere else than there is coming from me, on myself and my team, and the players themselves. They all want to win. This season's been a bit stop-start. It's been positives, but last year, obviously, because we just did so well, it feels like it's a bit flat. But, I think before today, we were still 4 points off of fourth. And, I know there's games in hand and stuff, but we're not even halfway through the season yet. And we're in the quarterfinal of the Cup, and it's a winnable game, and I want a strong squad to try and win it. Win the game and then get in the semis and see what happens. But I don't think there's any pressure to say, we've got to go and win that competition. There's good teams in it, but it's definitely one we'll be aiming to try and win each game and take it as it comes, and that's what we'll be hoping for.
And Dave Hare won Man of the Match today. Who else do you think stood out as well as Dave?
It was tough again. It's really hard to judge at this point, but there was a few stood out. Corey at right back, Dave in goal. Harrow and Zach look good solid. Ash, he's always Ash. He gets about. Rogers when he come on, and the front three a little bit, like I said, because of the decision making. But they worked so hard today, and they were really trying. Like Eddie, Lewis, and Brighty, they kept going and going, and even when it wasn't coming off, the heads weren't going down. So generally a very good all-round performance. But Harrow was very good at the back. He was stepping into the play. He wasn't making any mistakes, so he wasn't causing any sort of problems or defensive problems when he was stepping in. It wasn't any risk, and he's looking stronger and stronger each game he plays, and he's been a really good addition, so pleased for him.